Welcome to Robin Minds TV podcast, where we dive deep into conversations. My name is Ify, and the one that I have beside me is my lovely husband, Obi.
You're welcome to the podcast.
Join us as we tackle the hottest topics, breaking news, and thought-provoking commentary that will definitely keep you in the loop. So, baby,
What's going on?
there's this kind of elderly woman advising women, right? And this topic has been around for, I've been hearing it. It's not only her, it's not only that elderly woman, but there's people are saying that, look, as a woman, if by the age of 35, you don't have no husband, go ahead, and if you want to have baby, go and get your baby. Don't wait for no man. Don't wait for the marriage and the house. Just go ahead and pick a sperm donor or something like that and have and get your baby. So what do you think about this?
I feel like you're setting a trap for me.
No, I'm not. I know that you always have an opinion for everything, so
Well,
I'm just opening the floor for you.
yeah, I know that you're opening a floor for me, but I don't know if this dance floor is very smooth for me to dance on it because women are very sensitive. So I don't. My ladies, I don't want to offend nobody. My opinion is gonna hurt.
Okay. I mean, I feel like they can take it. It's not personal.
Are you sure?
I mean, I can take it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if I
Alright.
can take it, it's not personal.
The truth is that the truth hurts.
Mm.
So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to be honest
Mm.
in my opinion.
But stick to the topic, I beg.
Of course, this topic that you just asked me now, it's like a tree that has branches.
Mm.
So you cannot just talk about it without dissecting the whole thing.
Okay.
So I'm trying to dissect. It has different faces.
Okay.
First of all, it's not our culture from where I'm from to do that. It's not Igbo culture to go and because you're 35 years, you go and get
If you're 35 is a little bit young, let's just say 40.
Even if at 45, even if at 50, it's not in our culture. But this is a Western culture. And I know now Western culture is like a kerosene that is soaking deep in Africa.
Yeah.
All corners. So people are learning things that people are trying to bring things that is alien to us in our place.
Mm.
If a woman is 30, 40 years, I know a lot of my aunties that they didn't get married, they're staying in their father's house. And there's no shame to that. But now, it's different. There's a sperm donor, there's what is it called, the IVF and all that.
Well, I feel like this, you think, because I'm pretty sure that these aunties that you know, or people that you know, that they never got the chance to get married. I'm pretty sure that maybe if you ask them, they wanted to get married, but it didn't happen.
It's a shameful thing to be, in my culture, it's a shameful thing to have a child in your father's house. It shouldn't, it's an unwanted pregnancy. You cannot, it's a shameful thing. So you keep yourself and wait for the time.
Yeah. But what about, like, that's why this woman is coming out and say, hey, look, if you want a child and you have waited and it's not coming, because you know that woman has a biological clock, and you can wait, but if the husband is not coming and you really want to be a mother, you feel like you have this this love inside you that you want to give to a child, but the husband is not coming.
One thing that the woman supposed to know is that the woman is like a rose flower. It rises in the morning. Before in the evening, you see it dying down. As a woman, supposed to know when you're in your peak. That is when you're supposed to be going for husband. Women always say that, oh, men always go for younger ones. That is the right time. That is the right time. If you see a man going for a younger woman, that is the right time for the woman to be married. Not when you're 35, 40.
Yeah, but what about if you were into your 20s, right? And nobody came, or people that came weren't suitors? Because that can also happen. Are you gonna get married to a useless man?
Well, nobody says get married to a useless man. The way you present yourself will also matter a lot for the kind of people that you would attract. When you're in your 20s and you're going half naked out there, you're going to attract rubbish things. When you're in your 20s, if you know how to carry yourself, you will attract the reasonable people. Yeah. That matters a lot. I don't want to start when you're in your 40s. I want to start when you're younger. The role that you play that will make you to be single when you're to be single until 40 years. If you think that it's important to to have a husband, to have children. You're supposed to be pursuing this goal when you're in your peak.
From what I'm hearing, right, a lot of women, they don't know if they want to have children or get married until their 30s, because it happens to a lot of women. When you start living independently, you make your own money. Sometimes that can overtake, that independent spirit can overtake even in the matter of how you approach to men.
Well,
so you find out that you might not see it, but men can perceive it. So you navigate dating in your 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and you see that men are not, you're having a relationship, but it's not sticking. And then you find you are now in your 36, 37, 38, and no babies. My thing is that, do you think that is a good advice as a 40 years old and you see that there is no husband? Is it good for you to go ahead and have a baby?
Well, anybody can do whatever they want. You understand? I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it. Anybody can do whatever they want. But I'm telling you that the reason why they get to that point at the first place, if you're a younger person listening to me, when you're in your 20s, you see that man that you see that you don't like his shoe, or you see he doesn't have belt, but you look deep, you see that this guy is concentrated in his hustling, he's going to school, he's smart. Those are the qualities you're supposed to look for. Not supposed to look for, oh, he's tall, oh, he's short, all those rubbish. You'll be picking and your time is ticking. And before you know it, you're in the 40s and you're lonely. And now you're looking for, you know what, my time is going, let me go and have a child.
Personally, I think that is a selfish decision from a woman, because I've heard this. Someone that I know has come to me and tell me, look, if I by 35 or 36, I don't get husband, I'm doing this thing. Right there, I think it's a selfish thing to do, because the way God made it, husband and wife, you will get children. Now society has made it that even two men can have, they can adopt children, and under that roof, they can train a child. But the idea is for a mom and a dad to do it. That doesn't mean that it's, if you did it that way and then now your husband died, bam, you are single. There's a different type of grace that carries that. But that you willingly, I'm not saying that the child cannot come out good though, by the end of the day. But I think it's a selfish, because is to satisfy your wants. But are you satisfying the wants of that child? You think that you are doing it. I will give them everything. But the essential, you cannot provide it.
What I think is that if you're in your 40s and you don't have a husband, instead of for you, since you've been making money all your life and your career and stuff like that, and now you're looking for a husband you don't see, I think that the best you can do,
I know where you want to go.
is to go and adopt.
Oh, adopt, okay.
Yeah, go and adopt, because those kids, they need somebody. They need, if you can finance them, I wouldn't call that selfish.
What you mean? Okay, adopt. Okay.
Yeah, if you adopt a child, I wouldn't call that selfish.
So there is so many children out there that don't.
Exactly, there's so many out there that needs that. So I wouldn't.
But some women, they want to go through that journey of getting pregnant.
If you know that you want, if you know that you wanted to go
your belly,
if you know that you wanted to go through that whole thing, you should have started on time. It's not even advisable. It's a risk. It's a high risk to be in 40 and then you're pregnant. Even though in Africa people do 45 and all that.
Yeah, even here too. Yeah,
but,
I mean, here is
it's in high risk.
It's a high risk, and at least here, the hospitals, you're gonna be checked in every single week, because obviously it's high risk.
I think that the best you can do for the society and for yourself is to just go and get
adopt children instead of
going through all that to if you know that you would have done that. I mean, but I don't see the reason why you cannot get a man in the whole world, that men are everywhere. You cannot get a man that is because I think that most of the time is because that you're choosing the wrong things. When the husband, because I believe that every woman has a husband. But if the woman that is your husband, when your husband is coming, you're looking at the wrong things, instead of for you to look in the positive things, you will miss the husband, and now you're single.
And that husband can come now.
Well, for me, I believe that every person in this life has a wife that or husband that God has chosen for them. That is your match.
But that doesn't mean that you can have other matches too.
Well, you can have other matches on a management.
I mean, I feel like a marriage is management.
Marriage is management, obviously.
Yeah.
Marriage is management, but it's good to manage that management with the person that you like,
that you like.
Do or die. You know, you see me and you now.
Yeah.
It's
But you're still going to compromise. You're still going to sacrifice.
It's all about sacrifice.
With who do you want to do it with?
Exactly.
That's the question. Who do you want to do it? Because some people, that sometimes that you do the sacrifice for someone that is not worthy of doing it.
You know what?
And that's when you
know one thing that baffles me these days, and I thank God so much that I'm married, because I feel like there's less women out there that you want to get married to. I'm sorry to say that. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. Because when I see things out there, I watch all this pop balloon and all that. I see things that the reasoning of women is so,
and the reasoning of men too, because men also.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, yeah, of course. The reason of men too. I'm not going to exonerate anybody.
Yeah.
You know, me, personally, the reason why I think the way I think is because I grew up in the village. I'm a local breed. I'm not artificial in any way. You understand? And I like it. You understand? So the women now, they choose the wrong things. They choose you because of your outfit that they saw you on that day. They don't want to know about your character, your ambition. They don't know who you're going to be tomorrow. You haven't even speak. They already cancel you. So you selecting men like that as if that you pack them in the fridge, and then when you're out of the freshness, when you're getting to the menopause era, then you want a husband. You want to be, obviously the men are seeing younger ones because there's too many younger ones also. So it's that time that men are coming. You see, you having eyes from here and there. Men are trying to check you here and there. It's the time that you're supposed to look deep and this. My dear, there's nothing out there. You settle down with one person, build up your life with the person. That's how I feel. And then by the time, how old are you now? How many kids do you have? You started on time. You choose your priority. Does it stop your education? Does it stop your career?
I mean, it does.
It can only delay it a little bit. But somebody that is ambitious, you're ambitious. After the kids, if you build up a family, a young family, when the man is young, you're young, you people will put hands together and grow up the children, build that well together. Don't try to be selfish. Let me go and get it all over me. I mean, if you get a man that doesn't want you to hustle, that's a red flag. I believe that every man is supposed to support the wife too. If you're ambitious, support her to do her stuff. If you warrant you for you to be sweeping the house, take care of the kids, but let the woman succeed, do it. You understand, as a man. But don't look down on a man because of you don't see Escalade or G-Wagon park out here, then before you will know that you will. Sometimes you make a wrong choice. The men that amass all those things, sometimes they're just a player. They just want to hit and go. And you're not going to get a man like that. So my advice for the women, if you're 40, instead of for you to go and do the, what is it called, the IVF, just go and adopt a baby. If you're not 40 yet, before you get to that place, try to hook that guy that is sleeping with you. Some of them say they have been with their boyfriend 9 years and you're still there, and eventually will left you and go and marry somebody else, or maybe marry you and 2 years you will be divorced. That's a red flag. If a man want to be serious with you, 1 year, even 1 year itself is too much. If a man is crazy about you, 6 months.
No, yeah, he knows.
So if he's not serious, get out.
Men know. Men, in fact, men know. Mostly, I would say a week of talking to you. Some of them, they know before they even saw you. And by the time you open your eyes, by the time you open your mouth and you start talking, they already know this one is for me. This one is for me. They know. That's one scenario.
And the
Some
men
of them maybe a week, some of
and the
them a
men want to
month.
do it
But
fast before somebody else will take chance.
yeah,
He doesn't want to take chances. So if a man stays with you 6 months, 1 year, and is not bringing any ring or anything, and don't let the man hold you down with the engagement ring for 10 years. It's wasting
or
your
even
time.
1 year or 2 years.
You're supposed, as a woman, you're supposed to know that you don't have time. A woman don't have time.
Yeah.
A man can be 50 years old as long as you're, you're athletic and you're still popping.
No, I mean, you can still pregnant a woman.
I mean, what do you mean? 90 years you can still pregnant. I'm telling you, even popping well, you still, yeah, you can still rock, you can still do other kind of things. But a woman, when it gets to 40, this thing is going down. The flower is dying. So
okay, what is the difference between a 40-year-old woman adopting and a 40-year-old woman doing IVF? Because you're still doing it, you're still raising a child single.
Yes.
And that's not giving.
For me, you don't want to bring a child in this world if the family is not complete.
Yeah. But at least adopting that child, maybe that is 5 years old or 7 years old. I mean, taking him out or taking her out from the environment that she is right now or that he is right now, that is not
it's
conducive.
More or less like giving back to the community. It's more or less like helping.
Yeah.
It's more or less like you're helping.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's a two different thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's a two different thing. It's like you're helping than like go and do IVF. It's like being selfish.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion, though.
Yeah.
I hope that I didn't offend anybody today.
I don't think so. I mean, we're just rubbing minds. It doesn't mean that we're gonna get it always right. Yeah. So that's why you can comment. Put your comments down in the section down below and see what do you think about this topic. So, guys, this is it for this episode. Subscribe to Rubbing Minds TV podcast and be part of a community that is not afraid to challenge ideas, share opinions, and rub minds together. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will never miss an update from us. Let's get talking. Bye bye, guys.